Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Nicholas Stewart from Midwest Weather Center. Today we're going to be discussing your severe weather potential for this afternoon, evening, into the overnight hours. This is the Storm Prediction Center outlook. You can see this red area. This is your moderate risk area. This golden area is your slight risk, and the green area is your general thunderstorm risk. Zooming into the moderate risk area, this is where we expect this major severe weather threat to be later this afternoon and through the night. Zooming in some areas, Grand Island, Norfolk, Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux City, Des Moines, going as far east as Quincy, Illinois, Macomb. Starting to approach the Peoria area, but it'll probably start dying out by the time it reaches central Illinois. The storm system is going to be feeding off of plentiful moisture provided from the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf of Mexico is wide open, allowing plentiful moisture to come in. Anything in blue that's anything over 70-degree dew point, that is very high, very unstable air. Most of this will be pushing into southern Iowa as we continue to go through the afternoon hours. This is valid at 4 o'clock. Looking at the instability in place, moderate to extreme instability will be in place across much of the area. That's also what's going to be able to fuel these vigorous and rigorous thunderstorms. Generally, 2,500 is what you need for severe weather. Looking at values over 4,000 in some of these places. Very substantial instability will be in place. Moving through the Futurecast radar, this is valid at 1 o'clock. Again, we have the storm complex that's currently in place across southern South Dakota into northern Nebraska. That'll kind of continue to develop very slowly as we go through the afternoon. By 4 o'clock, we're starting to see the organized wind threat starting to develop across southern South Dakota. But again, look how clear this area is right now. The instability is just rising across southern Nebraska and southern Iowa by 4 o'clock this afternoon. By 6 o'clock, we're starting to see the organized wind threat starting to develop across northwestern Iowa. Just kind of bow shape here. This is where we're starting to see a lot of the significant and severe wind associated with the storm system. That's going to be our primary threat, but also the tornado and large hail threats possible. We're starting to see these kind of little cells pop up across Nebraska. That could be where we could see our tornado threat as we go through the late afternoon and early evening hours. By 8 o'clock, you can see this kind of very big storm cell kind of developing across southern Nebraska. This could be a major tornado impact later this afternoon. We're going to have to keep a close eye on to see what happens in Nebraska. But very obvious what our attention is going to be focused on is very large wind and a widespread wind threat associated with the storm complex moving across Iowa by 8 o'clock tonight. By 10 o'clock, it continues moving, moves across most of Iowa by 10 o'clock, starts to approach the state of Illinois. It'll be in full swing at this time, and we'll start seeing very damaging winds embedded across this. We'll see this other secondary bow here. You can see multiple areas of widespread wind damage associated with the storm complex. By 1 a.m., it pushes into Illinois. This is when we're going to start seeing the severe threat begin to slowly diminish. But we still do expect severe wind damage to be seen all the way into west central Illinois, again, Macomb, Galesburg, into the Quad Cities area by 1 o'clock this morning. And by 3 a.m. is when we start seeing the storm complex begin to die out. We could see more of an isolated severe threat, not as very widespread as it was earlier in the night. Total precip, not only the severe weather threat that we're focused on, but also the flash flooding potential. This is off our NAM model for the next 30 hours of precipitation. Look at this 5-inch bullseye here across southern Iowa. This will be very heavy rain in a very short amount of time, so we could be seeing flash flooding for much of the area, and that's why the National Weather Service has put up some flash flood watches across. You can see them here, southern Iowa, northern Missouri, and into west central Illinois. That is your weather briefing for this afternoon. If you have any questions, make sure to keep following us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Midwest Weather Center. We'll be providing updates through the afternoon into the early morning hours covering the severe weather threat. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time.